Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dears. In this video we will be focusing on stylistic analysis of the poem written by Robert Frost. The name of the poem is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. The interpretation is based on the widow's son book, Stylistics and the Teaching of Literature. Look at the poem. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little heart must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and the frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downhill flag. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Now, a critical appreciation might be different, but the appreciation that is based on linguistic evidences, it is a stylistic analysis. It is different than critical appreciation. Now, look at this first stanza. You can see whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village thou. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Let's focus on the different linguistic items used in this stanza. Look at these. There are some nouns, some verbs, but these pronouns have been repeated. His, I, me, he, his, and this interrogative pronoun, whose. Now, if we focus on these pronouns, we can come to know about one thing, and that is this his and this his. This pronoun, his woods, are his house. It shows possession, possessive case. And now this is question about possession. Whose woods these are? If we look at these pronouns, we can come to know that this possessive case and this possessive case have been focused in this stanza. Because the question is, whose woods these are? I think I know. Now the second line says that his house is in the village thou. I have stopped somewhere. I do not know whose this place is, but I know that the possessor of this place has a house, another possession, and that is house in the village, and he is not looking at me as I have stopped here, and he is not even aware of the fact that his woods are filled up with snow. If we can see that this possessive case have been emphasized by the deviation. Look at this deviation. Woods cannot be filled up with snow. Woods can be covered with snow. This fill up verb can be used with bottle or with cup, but not with woods. Cups are filled up, not woods are filled up. So woods possess snow. The writer has deviated. He wants to emphasize this possessive element in this stanza. That's why he is deviating. So this possession, if we take this possession, we can guess that the theme of this poem is somehow related to the obligations of a possessor, of a person who is in charge of something. If it is my woods, I have the responsibility to look after this. And if it is not my woods, then I should not take care of it. And the person has obligations. It's not my responsibility to sit here and to see things around them. Now again the possessive case, there is a deviation. His house and his woods. House is man-made. Wood is God-made. He cannot possess woods the way he can possess house, because house can be built by a human, but woods cannot be. Again there is a deviation. So in the whole stanza, we may guess, because of the theme of obligation, rights and responsibilities, possession, there are possessive cases and deviations in terms of possessive cases. The second stanza again starts with possessive case, my little horse must think it queer. Now there is again a deviation. Horse has been given a human quality. Horse cannot think, but the writer has used it. To stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Now the horse is thinking. Again a possessive, my little horse, and again he becomes human. So a deviation. with possession. Now look at this stanza. We can say, even the horse is thinking that it is not my right to stop here because this is not my place. He gives his harness bell a shake. Now look at he, again a deviation. A personal pronoun is used for the horse. His harness bell a shake to ask if there is some mistake. Horse is asking whether he has done any mistake, why they have stopped there. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flag. There were no other sounds than a flag. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. Now look at again rights and responsibilities. Now the place is lovely, dark and deep, but the poet says, I have promises to keep. I have some obligations. I have some responsibilities and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. So a human is always in chain of rights and responsibilities. On the other hand, the downy flake and easy wind, these things are not in chain. They do not have any rights and responsibilities. They are free, but humans are never ever free. So this is a kind of analysis, stylistic analysis we can do like this, and we can base our interpretation of a poem on the linguistic evidences, the way we did in this poem. It was a brief lecture. Thank you for watching this lecture.